Oop. Whoops. Oop. Literally the wrong stream I went live on. That was a major and it's not letting me edit it.
Wednesday Night Dynamite live next on TBS.
The European laser is so cool. It has a 4-level FF transition,
but yes,
which provides for high power output, and its quantum efficiency is off the charts.
What are you going to use it for?
I have no idea.
Leonard, there's a crow on your roof.
I see it.
Is that one of Dr. Lee's crows?
It has a tag on its leg.
Don't make any sudden moves.
Smart. Let's stand perfectly still
He's the
until
one you want.
Come on, show you can start up. There we go. Seems like this works.
It's Wednesday. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite is live from Laredo, Texas, in the same.
All right, there we go.
Joined by Toni and Taz,
Saved
and
right
we
proper.
are drawing ever closer to Revolution Sunday, March 5th, live on pay-per-view.
That
Boy,
sucks.
do we have a program for our fans tonight, top to bottom.
And we are starting things out with a huge 8-person tag team match.
Your opening contest is an 8-man tag team match.
Okay.
For one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first the team of Jay Lethal.
We're gonna have Sonjay Dutt in action as well.
Well, you know, less said about the sartorial choices of Sonjay Dutt, the better. But Toni Schiavone, Jeff Jarrett competing here tonight, undoubtedly with a heavy heart.
There's no question, as we saw, his father, longtime promoter, Jarrett, recently passed away. Jeff is a pro.
So over and under on 2 spots from Satnam.
Here he is in what is a gigantic opening bout here on Dynamite.
You said you wanted to compete, Tony, but Taz, I think Jeff Jarrett wants another chance to embarrass Orange Cassidy, the Acclaimed, and anybody he can.
I think you're exactly right about that for sure.
Stream.
Being accompanied by Danhausen from
So I'm running through now, trying to edit it before the match gets started.
he is the AEW
How are you doing this evening?
champion, freshly squeezed
Has the week been kind to you thus far?
Cassidy.
This past Friday night at Rampage, Orange Cassidy had yet another incredible defense of the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Taz, I'm not sure who's hotter in the singles division than Orange Cassidy right now.
Yeah, he's definitely on fire for sure with that All-Atlantic title.
Daddy Ass and the Acclaimed.
Speaking of champions, these are the former champions.
Listen! Yo, Jeff, I heard the news, man. That's
You're using the Rampage one. No, that's exactly it. That's the problem. I was like, damn. I went live on the Rampage thing by mistake.
You're in nepotism, baby, like the ass boys. How was Valentine's at your compound? Getting no play. It's TNA lockdown.
No.
There's no point in fighting back. When we done with y'all, we gonna get the titles back.
Hell yes. I dig it. Yo, what's up? Thomas fan, Devin Vijal. Welcome. No worries, fam. We appreciate you stopping by in any capacity you can. I did, but... Sorry, yeah, I stopped for the sake of the rap. But yeah, I messed up and I went live on the Rampage when I was like, dag nabbit. So now I'm like rushing to like label it as a Dynamite thing so it works with the algorithm better, because that's gonna kind of mess me up. I tried going like closing the stream and then going live again on the proper one, but because YouTube has like a safety net of 90 seconds, that didn't work. So see, we got the pizza record up. Yeah, yes, the pizza record rises.
However, Tony, we mentioned this past Friday at Rampage.
Yeah.
We mentioned Orange Cassidy.
Remember, but hopefully, like, if you refresh the show, it should. I just changed up some of the things and put the description right. Oh,
After the bell, there was no question about that.
I just saw
And that
something else. I didn't
led to
change.
this.
You want to talk about chaos?
Thank goodness they didn't rap about Jerry there. Oh yeah, no, there's no. That's that. Especially as baby faces, there's no reason to go there, you know.
Business up top, office up top, talent on the bottom.
Oh, I
that's
still
what
need
the
to
shirt
change
is. That's what he told me to say.
Office up top, talent the bottom, nothing between the ears. Thank you very much.
Talent may be a gross overstatement, but I digress. Side headlock taken by Anthony Bowens. Jay Lethal looking for an escape. Bowens able to, or Jay Lethal able to slip free.
Change the
Bowens
thumbnail,
nice drop step behind. Snapmare by Anthony Bowens.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, good switch into the snapmare. There's a cover, good roll up. Had him all tied up, but Jay Lethal.
Lethal looking for that figure four early, but Bowens able to counter.
That's the thing with that figure four. You can get rolled up quick into a small package, and Lethal able to get out.
Huge night of action.
Right? It's interesting how he's trying to, he's kind of like playing it halfway. I think they'll let him miss.
Jim Ross has a very revealing sit-down interview with Wardlow. Mark Briscoe goes one-on-one with old rival from Ring of Honor, Josh Woods, and the AEW World Champion MJF, contractually obligated to appear here on Dynamite.
Let me spit on the ground.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Rematch.
Now the thumbnail has changed.
Brian Cage, Renee Paquette.
It's rough, but we did it.
Here in All Elite Wrestling. Cover here by
Let me do the moonstall foot stop. Oh, I think one day we'll get it one last time. It'll be the best.
Three-way match. Unpredictable. Toni Storm, Ruby Soho, and Dr. Britt Baker. DM
Yeah, and he does. I can dig that, a Sonjay Dutt run. It doesn't have to be something big. Lay it into it.
Shutting up Max Caster.
You know, they can say all they want, they being the Acclaimed, about Jeff Jarrett, but he has been a great performer, and he's been a true villain, if you can use that term, throughout his career. I mean, you talk about one of the most hated men.
You can use that term, yeah.
Oh, it's behind the scenes and on camera, but
I did things.
No, but the
I am
thing
proud
is
of
with
me.
Jeff Jarrett, he don't care if people don't like him, and that's kind of how he rolls. And you cannot dispute the fact
You
that
see, I wasn't even familiar with that gimmick,
right.
so
For decades, his talent
that would be like my introduction to it. Which would be the first time AEW's introduced me to something that is technically supposed to be a nostalgia act.
7'4", 1 in a billion. Satnam Singh.
Just a massive, colossal individual.
Oh, Billy Gunn wanted the tag, but
Oh, okay. Be that way then, Orange.
Hold on a second, Orange. I don't know about this here, buddy. Oh my God.
Orange getting eye to sternum with Satnam Singh. And
they are legitimately one size category apart.
And we are headed into NBA All-Star 2020.
Oh, here we go. The comedy portion of the match. Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
4 p.m. Pacific.
The tapping of the thighs.
It's cracking me up.
Yeah, it's Rampage Slam Dunk coming up this Friday, 7 p.m.
Well, I just realized how loud the show actually is. I gotta turn that down a significant portion as to not get copyright claims.
Sonjay, tagging in to Jeff Jarrett. Definitely an experience. Oh, what is this?
Got Band-Aid Gun over here. Interesting how the most recent episode of Raw we watched on the retros had both of these men on it. They would. Something I would love to see you in the near future.
Last Wednesday night at Dynamite.
Where they strategically came out when they're
Depends on how. Actually, that's probably in the 2000s. Yeah, perhaps. But I was just going to say, I find it interesting how these two men I've currently watched on the most recent episode of Raw that we watch on the retros.
Oh, the strut. Legendary. Just tremendous. Jay Lethal does it.
Anybody who saw the newest AEW saw Jeff Jarrett try to teach RJ City how to do the strut.
Definitely not Jarrett's first rodeo, and the Guns love it. They just love seeing their old man get beat up.
And Taz, for one of the all-time great tag team wrestlers in Billy Gunn, Jeff Jarrett just that savvy, seizing on the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely is. And you said the right word, Excalibur, savvy. I mean, Billy Gunn's savvy, but so is, look at that. So is Jeff Jarrett. Quick right there with that swinging neck breaker by Jay Lethal, was tagged in.
And before this match, if you had to ask me to put money on
Oh my God!
put money on who the team of
Who just said that? Was that a fucking fan?
the last person I would pick is Billy
At
Gunn.
least it's not early D&D just here. The crowd is the champion, right? They said, "Hey, so this is my promotion. In other words, it's going to revolve around me. It's my world."
After the events of last week in that AEW World Tag Team title match, the presence of Austin and Colton Gunn may be unnerving Billy Gunn a little bit.
I think you're right about that, and that's why they are out here.
You said what?
Listen,
Oh, you didn't hear it? I have really good headphones now because of a mishap. Sorry, and I hate Jeff Hardy. Was never an NWA champ. You know what? Damn, that is kind of true. And I know this to be true as a Jeff Hardy fan because I've looked at statistics up and down, but I never really thought about it like he was never that champion.
So you're braggadocious. So you're a better dad than Billy Gunn. That's what you're saying. Apparently so.
I will say, just to put it out there, because we haven't talked about it yet. I'll just call you Devin because that's the profile you're using right now. I just want to put out there to just avoid talking about 90s stuff in general. Like, even if it seems like it would be well known. Because that's kind of the basis of the Retro Watchamania is I'm watching through 90s stuff for the first time because I don't know it. So, just want to avoid those spoilers. I know what was said now. Yeah, I don't really want to repeat it. Because it sounded like it was not a part of the show. Was it like horrendous, but I'm just like, tasteless shit. Anyways, honestly, Satnam has worked more this match than I expected him to. I suppose he hasn't really done much, but yeah, this is 2004. But no, I know. Like I said, we haven't talked about any 90s stuff, but just to cover those bases before it has to be brought up, like cut off the past. You know what I mean? No, I know, because Jeff Hardy with the TNA started in 2002. Yeah, 2002. I'm fairly familiar with TNA's history for the most part. It's a few early years I'm pretty hazy on, but like everything like 2007 up until it became Impact Wrestling officially. Nice, he got all the way up there for the famouser.
Well, guess what? There's your legal man in the ring. The tag was made.
That's right. Sonjay is the legal man. Good point, Shivani.
Get in, look at Aldridge. Get in.
You got to get in there.
Come on. Oh, the Golden Globe. That's still a fucking thing. Wow, she didn't see it. Damn, backhanded him. Okay. Ooh. Sonjay Dutt, one of the best sellers. Attitude adjustment. No, exactly.
Intercedes on behalf of Sonjay Dutt, but Billy Gunn sends Lethal to the outside, and
Sonjay still spread eagle.
Let's do it. Come on.
Oh no, this could be a different type of scissoring.
I'm not sure if it was.
What's going on with Max?
Yeah, Max Cassidy. Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I must have just kind of like missed that. Now that you say that, that sounds about right.
Poor old Sonjay is still hanging on.
Sonjay is. He's gonna pull it.
the tippers are about to be scissored.
Oh no, not in the yam bag. Don't do it, Orange. It's not worth it. No, it's worth every minute.
Guess what makes sense since one of his idols was Johnson.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I didn't know he was his idol or anything. That's neat if the case. But there are, so you know, it would make sense because he does have quite a few things from Cena's arsenal. And excuse me. And there we go. That was a fun little opener. Hey, Ergenberger. So no Tamagotchi, Trolls, or Rugrats? Sorry, I came into 90s stuff. Yes, no, nobody spoil Rugrats, y'all. I'm watching through in chronological order, movies and all. I'd really appreciate it if you allowed it to be a blind viewing. Thank you. That includes all grown up.
Well, they're not dressed to compete. They're champions.
Then they should stay in the back in the locker room with everybody else.
And oh, nobody spoil Keenan and Kel. God damn it, no, that's my favorite Saturday morning show. I honestly don't even know what day it was known for airing. I was born in 95, but I feel like it's more apt to say I'm a 2000s baby. Well, 2000 kid. I'm a 90s baby, 2000s kid. I didn't know Kenan and Kel was a thing until I saw it Drake and Josh being compared to it. Drosh. Drake and Josh being compared to it.
His shoulder extremely compromised. What shape will he be in come Sunday, March 5th?
The die has been cast. The dice have been rolled. Max is scared of and I feel like gold. Because I know I'm going to
What?
AEW Revolution to challenge for the AEW World Championship in an Iron Man match. And
This
you
is
cannot
truth.
tell me
It's
for
just a
one
fact.
Single second that there is a person out there alive
Who you
thinks
calling a
MJF
pinhead?
has more heart than me. He can't go 60 minutes the way I can go 60 minutes.
I guarantee you he is shaking in his boots. Max, what you did tonight was the act of a scared and desperate man who knows that the boogeyman is coming to take his AEW World Championship.
Sunday,
Put the
March
screw in the
5th,
tuna.
Revolution
Put the screw in the tuna.
Dynamite AEW World Champion
Contractually,
Jacob Friedman,
he's
MJF,
contractually obligated to appear.
obligated to appear in
But why
Laredo,
though?
Texas. We will hear from him later on in our broadcast.
I know for a fact that MJF did not want to be here in Laredo at all. I know it for a fact.
MJF doesn't want to be anywhere where it might involve him wrestling.
That scared me. The image froze, and I looked around. I'm like, did my computer just crash? That'd be amazing. Yo, let's fucking go. Blood is beautiful. That's so glorious. That's a shirt I want.
Well, Tony, speaking of Bryan Danielson, this match came about after what happened last Wednesday night on Dynamite. Roosh, the final man for Bryan Danielson to beat.
Moxley is amazing. I love Blackpool Combat Club, like all of the individuals and the sum of its parts. This stable is for me. Definitely my favorite stable in wrestling right now, and that's not to discount, like, you know, all the bloodline stuff and a few other factions throughout professional wrestling. But this is exactly what I want. Some violent technical brawlers. They're just pro wrestlers being pro. Okay, let's go. I mean, but better way to start, right? But I want Blackpool Combat Club versus The Shield. Which side will Moxley choose? So what is it? Just like a 5-man match? It's Danielson and Claudio versus Seth and Roman, and Mox just picks the side he wants to fight alongside? That's interesting. Oh, nice. The crossfacer. Sig with his picture, make sure. Fine. Mox is the ref. That would actually be that's an intriguing angle to go about it. Moxley has Shooter on his side. Ah yes. Shooter Yuta in the middle with him.
No way a human can do that. NBA All-Star on TNT.
Sasha, all interns must complete the Dunkin' Run.
Meredith, medium coffee, milk,
Roosh and
no
Mox
sugar,
are
glazed
throwing
donut,
hands on those
chili
steps.
donut,
Well,
iced
they
rock
were.
all
Mox
year
tumbled
round.
down now.
You got this.
Time for a Dunkin' Run. Add a $1 donut to any medium or larger coffee.
You think that Preston would be the one going for Mox, considering the last time they were in a ring, Mox ate his ass alive. Not to use the words of one Hangman Page, but I mean, yeah. Just wake up out of bed. Just that face, I love it. I can see it.
Rated T for teen.
Truly is more refreshing than ever. Now made with real fruit juice. For a new
Ooh, yeah. There you go. Well, you could also do Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Kurt Angle versus Claudio, Mox, and Danielson.
Professor Weasley, we don't know what magic caused this.
And the tumbling down the stairs.
Your
Yes.
legacy begins now. Hogwarts
About as safe as that
legacy,
suplex
rated
could be.
T for teen.
Goddamn. Mox hasn't even taken off his shirt yet. Just getting thrown around.
DealDash.com, where deals come true. This KitchenAid mixer sold for less than $26. This iPad sold for less than $43. And this brand new Xbox.
Thank God that suplex wasn't given by Ridge Holland.
I got the Samsung tablet.
Yeah.
Only
Like I was a big fan of Ridge for a long while. Honestly, all the way since his introduction in NXT UK. But after that spot, I was really like, I had to take a step back and reevaluate it. And it really was a freak accident for the most part, but it also was a poorly executed suplex. So it's... Part of me will never fully get over it, but part of me also doesn't want to hold a grudge, because he still is just a guy. It's weird, you know? I just want Big E to be okay and be able to wrestle if he wants again, you know?
The #1 most loved banking app.
All right, we're back. Wow. Wow, that was a jarring return to the show. Have you heard of a cross dissolve, guys? What I seen, Big E is looking great. Yeah, he seems to be doing great. It's just a matter. Oh, what? What? Okay, so the match is starting now, y'all. Damn. Don't want to take off your shirt. We're going to rip it off. But yeah, Preston's finally getting some licks on Mox. Oh, but Mox is bringing it right back to him.
Yeah, it was ahead of Double or Nothing 2020. Jon Moxley was about to defend the AEW World Championship against the late great Mr. Brody Lee. Moxley wrapped the chair around Vance's arm, tore the bicep, required surgery, kept Vance out of action for almost 5 months.
Let's also not forget the Full Gear Eliminator Tournament for 2021, where Mox in the first round ate Preston alive, ripped his mask up, and ripped his like literally forced the blood out of his face. That was the first time we really saw, you know, bloodthirsty Mox, I feel like, in terms of his AEW run. What we've seen in Blackpool Combat Club. Because that tournament was supposed to set off the Blackpool Combat Club with Mox and Danielson, but that ended up getting delayed because Mox took a leave of absence to get well. And they ended up kicking it off at Revolution, which at that time, Regal was able to join in, and is a happy coincidence kind of thing. I mean, all of that wasn't the match, right? That's what I'm saying. They out here they worked for like a good 5-6 minutes. You can't tell me that. Nice. Claudio. Love him. A lot. Also love him in the Long Boys. They work so well.
One of the greatest reaches, long reaches that you'll ever find. The fans love the giant swing.
Whoop.
But he really, take a look at the reach that he has. He is one of the strongest men from top
I think I'll never get over how he... Oh, shit. What is that called again? Every single time they call it, I forget it. I know, right? That springboard uppercut is a thing of beauty. The rotation is gorgeous.
Roosh barely heard him coming over this crowd in Laredo. Now the catapult.
Oh. Come on. I appreciate Taz so much.
Claudio with the running bulldog on Vance. And Taz.
Hangman here watching on.
Yeah, Hangman
okay.
He's set to go one-on-one with Kip Sabian later tonight, but his issues with Jon Moxley, very well known, Taz.
Yeah, very heavy, too, and it's very real, the stuff between him and Moxley.
Got a Texas Tornado match. I wonder if this is going to lead us down the path to a Texas Death Match.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was not those 2 chairs, by the way.
Chair's still stuck up in there. Barely.
That roll up agreeable to either the winner or the loser, Tony.
Yeah, right now, Pero Peligroso is in trouble.
God damn it, Tony.
Which I'm sure Preston Vance understood because he is fluent. Yes. But Roosh now coming in, trying to fight off both members of the Blackpool Combat Club, and both members of the VCC get a big boot into the face of Roosh.
That's great teamwork by both men.
Moxley's incoming.
Oh, a little help that time from Claudio.
And a little assist by Claudio Castagnoli. But Vance taking that time to recover and sending Claudio to the outside. Taz Moxley just biting the face of Vance.
Meant to drop that at the beginning, and then I went live on the wrong stream. Pinned message, rather. Oh, God. We okay. Mox tucked his neck. He didn't bump his head or anything, but that was still a stiff landing. I feel like they didn't catch him as well as they were supposed to. Oh, supposed to, but could have. April 26th show, man. I gotta try and make that happen. Thank God, right? Yeah, because he came down hard. If his head bumps too, that could have been. That would have been rough, to say the least. Damning to say the worst.
You know, that could help him. It's a fight. This is bad. Oh my God. Holy smokes. Right on the shoulder.
God damn. Does the table get the deadlies? Devin! Get the tables! Finally, it wasn't happening to me. Another picture-in-picture break for this match. Fair enough. They probably got to make up for the lack of commercials in that first quarter. There he is, Bloody Eye Mox. And you know it's something, right? About Mox always bleeding. I've come to learn, and it's something that maybe we've all subconsciously figured to be true already. But when a combat sports athlete gets bloodied in a fight, you know, and they move on to their next fight, they're that much more likely to get bloodied because they didn't get that much time for their wound to fully heal. So that's where the logic comes from. There's your shot from Roosh heard around the world, right? That chair shot was gnarly. That echo is great.
Instantly free with Experian. Now rent can boost your FICO score at Experian.com or get the app. TBS celebrates Black History Month with pride.
This is our house, and it's built on pride.
And Creed and Creed.
I love that Mox still has just got the tattered shirt on. You know, it's almost a better look. Right? This ad is like rough, dude. I'm gonna just. Part of me just wants to mute the ad. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that while we're on these ads, so that way those who aren't watching along don't have to deal with it. Because it's not anything relevant happening anyways in these ads. And half the time they're just getting me copyright claims because they use some song they purchased the rights to. Technically, you were getting John Cena on AEW every week, so that's right. John Cena, the biggest crossover star. You could say it. John Cena was the first one to be on both WWE and AEW programming in high capacity. Fuck that Cody Rhodes guy, because I realize that's exactly who that applies to. All right, is this Soho? I'm just gonna do this now. Never going to believe this as much. What? All right, we're back.
AEW
Dope.
Dynamite live in Laredo, Texas, and it is a tornado tag team match. Jon Moxley fighting valiantly against.
That's incredible. They were showing an ad for Impact. I mean, I appreciate that they're keeping up that same attitude they had from when Mickey appeared in the Rumble last year.
With those steel chairs under that table by the ringside area. Mox is on his own here.
Moxley and Roosh.
Moxley amazes me. Losing blood, and he still has a lot of force behind those chops and those blows.
Well, Taz, you've been in the ring with the kind of guy where they see their own blood, and that actually motivates
Roosh
them.
loves making people bleed, I guess. But damn.
It's not an overstatement. I've been in that position. I've wrestled guys in that position when blood's in play.
I'm glad that they're getting back in the game in that regard. Oh my God! Chain punch. That's right, y'all. Rampage starts 3 hours earlier this upcoming Friday, and I will still be doing a live watch-along. So schedule accordingly. Swing by if you can.
I think it's all legal. Texas tornado. This is all good.
And we talked about in picture
Those are some real chains.
bloody Preston Vance the last time those two men met. Vance hasn't forgotten about it. He's taken it
Damn,
all
this.
out on Moxley here in Laredo.
You're right, Excalibur. This is personal for Vance. And you can see it the way he's approaching this match. Once again, Hangman,
Why do I see it being like?
who's coming up later tonight against Kip Sabian, still watching John
I could see Sonjay and Dutt doing something like that for a bit.
Moxley is Hangman.
Oh, wait, Claudio
Claudio's back here.
emerging from
Sheesh!
the keeper's table.
Dropped his ass.
Big elbow to the jaw of Vance, one for Roosh. And now
You don't want this guy with a chain around his hand.
yeah, the current Ring of Honor World Champion going after the former Ring of Honor World Champion Roosh.
There it is.
Right hand for Vance as well.
For a second, I thought they were calling Vance former Ring of Honor champion. I'm like, when? What?
Said about this type of match not being Claudio's forte, Taz.
Yeah, he's fitting right in and beating the holy hell out of Vance. Hero Claudio Grosso, whatever they
Bryce is like, holy fuck.
Right now, Claudio
Taz, he came up on one of those tables like a possessed man, didn't he?
sure did.
And Toni Schiavone, if there's one thing,
He loves that dramatic rap. This is the third time he's done it this match. I mean, I guess I won't say it was. I'll say second for you. In the corner, it wasn't supposed to happen. It's time. It's winging time.
if you're busted open, your blood loss will only increase if you're locked in that giant swing.
He's trying to hold the blood, trying to hold that wound closed as he's getting giant swing. Whatever the vernacular is on that.
Swang, it doesn't matter.
Sway. It's so glorious. Oh, nice save from Roosh. I had fully thought it was over.
That was some shot by Roosh.
Roosh shutting down Claudio Castagnoli, looking to shut down this very vocal crowd in Laredo, Texas.
The explosivity is so lovely to watch. 90s kick. Mox KO. Of course. No, I get you. I get you. I'm always going to default to I will almost always default to the name they're currently using, unless it's Walter. But I understand the nomenclature. I'm not. That's probably not the right term in this instance, but I understand the mixing up. It's bound to happen, especially in the case of like a Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. That's just a slip of the tongue more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is AEW style, man. Physicality, right? Heavy.
Oh, Roosh, ducks on
Oi!
German suplex. The Saito suplex on Vance by Claudio Castagnoli.
Let's go. Yeah, you see, that's one I can't, like, I personally stay, to me, like, it's easier to disassociate if, like, they feel like two different characters. And to me, Jon Moxley and Dean Ambrose feel like two different people that are, well, two different characters played by the same person, obviously. But two different characters indefinitely. But that being said, I can understand if you've spent years calling them by one name, then yeah. It's just going to, it'll happen naturally. Just for me. Wheeler Yuta out here. At least he's wearing combat green. He's wearing that, like, that big bright Tron green last week. I still called you. Galloway, yeah, I can get that. Especially because that's like that's just his given name as well.
you're looking at the two men who are the only two men really. Oh!
Okay, I was scared. It looked like he was so much closer to the corner than he was, but he got more vertical than distance.
Someone's momentum and you pop your hips, you're gonna pull off a high trajectory throw, and that's what we saw. And Roosh is not done. That's what the
Here come the horns. A spear. Right?
What a match! What physicality!
I was not ready to see him do that spear, and I wasn't ready for it to look that good. Like, he looks like it was a part of his moveset. Oh, my. Rough. Oh, he wants that fight. Don't fly at a man like Claudio. Oh, dear. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Moxley doing a pedigree would be amazing, but I honestly just love that he does. Oh, what a visual. Oh, oh, he's done. He's done.
I've seen a lot of Juji Katamis, never when it's chained. But there, Hangman Page watching on.
It doesn't matter how big or strong you are.
BCC on top, baby.
And you extend the man's bicep at the same time. Look all the blood loss that Vance had.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? Okay. Hangman. Right, he most for several reasons. Damn. Hangman got his shit kicked in just then. That was a gnarly match. I loved that. Right? Pretty much. Could go back to the early 2000s, late 90s, and you could catch some shit like that.
We'll keep you updated if we find out any more information about the condition of Hangman. Exactly. It was a blindside attack, like we said. Wow. I mean, a brutal match, a brutal attack.
Ironically, some of Vince's most iconic shots are of him bloodied. Especially from Stone Cold, right? Yeah, Stone Cold's another one who really wore a crimson mask well. Sean wore one nicely.
Anything more shocking than the night you lost the TNT Championship to Samoa Joe. When you and Joe were tag team partners, I'm sure you had many private conversations. Sometimes in hindsight, you may look back and say, I shouldn't have said that. So in any event, here we are. What's next for you?
Joe and I did share some personal stories with our time together. The part of the story with my father I want to share today is from the time I was
another good shot, Devin.
The time I was 8 years old. That man instilled every ounce of athleticism and drive that I have in me today. Unfortunately, from the time I was 8 until the time I was a young adult, he was not in my life. But as a young adult, he re-entered my life, and we were finally able to start to have some sort of a father-son relationship.
Yeah, it feels weird to me.
That happened, I got a call from him that he had stage 4 cancer and didn't have a lot of time left. Unfortunately, the next time I would see him would be as he laid in a hospital bed on hospice. I had just started my wrestling journey. And he did make it to my first indie show.
Oh, cool.
So he was able to see me wrestle, and he was so proud of me.
Oh,
and
cool.
that's all I could think of to tell him, to give him any peace, was that I promise you I will be a better man, I will do right, and I'm going to make it. And that was the last thing I ever said to him. I got a phone call the next morning that he had passed. And after he passed, I had never grown my beard, never grew my hair. But after seeing cancer take that all from him, I decided for the first time I'm going to grow my beard out, I'm going to grow my hair out. And
wow, they just gave this
that, you know, we've come to learn and know of Wardlow over the past few years. And Joe knew that. And Joe took that from me. My connection with my father
Damn it, they made this matter.
Took that from me. Now look me in the eyes, because this is the last thing you're ever gonna see as the man you are today. Even though you've survived every company, every monster this business has to offer, Joe, you will not survive me.
Wow, we knew it was
I dig it.
between Wardlow and Samoa Joe, but I'm not sure anyone had any idea it went that far.
No, I had no clue.
I appreciate that they gave that like some precedence, you know, like I think a lot of us just settled that there wasn't really a good there wasn't really more to it than just he cut his hair and it kind of pissed him off, right? Cam, it's like, oh my God, there was a reason and that's what it was, and all of a sudden it just gave this so much more motivation. Reach for the sky, boy! Part of me wants him to have been coming out with both belts again, but I don't think I can handle getting that emotional. We love you, Jay. Go get him, Mark. Hell yeah. Oh, what's it? It was such a fun segment right there on Rampage. Josh Woods is too pretty looking for a fighter type like this. Like, your face should not look that good for somebody who theoretically gets bashed in all the time. Mark Briscoe for AEW champ. I've seen people go all the way there with that. And like, let Mark Briscoe be the one to take it from MJF. I'm like, slow down, yo.
Scoring the win over the Briscoe brothers. And that's, you know, you've been in a ring with someone, you kind of know what their tendencies are. That was a nice,
oh, appreciate that.
ankle pick there, takedown by Woods. But
Josh Woods says technically sound. Appreciate him getting a Dynamite match. Fair. No, fair. Oh no, here's the thing. I've seen a fair amount of sensible takes like, oh yeah, no, you have the builds go, and then like this time next year, around the time of 1 year after Jay's passing, you have him do it, because that'll be after he did his whole bidding war, I'm gonna leave with the belts, but actually no, I didn't thing. What are we doing? Oh. Oh, I was gonna say, ref? And here's your tag match for Rampage. No. Well, they are. Well, they're not exactly heels. Penta is tweener, and Ray has made bad decisions, but he is still face aligned. Pac is the only real heel in Death Triangle. In AEW, it's not really as cut and dry as, oh, this person is a babyface, this person is a heel. It's like, this person is a line babyface, like you can have an alignment, and then you can have actual behavior, like mannerisms. You know, like there's layers to a face-heel dynamic here. Not to say this is an AEW exclusive thing. Other companies have it too, but like when you look at WWE, it's a much more cut and dry, this is a good person, this is a bad person kind of thing. Yeah, MJF goes out of his way to try and be like heel on a meta level, to really like supersede the whole dynamic. Like a great example, my boy Bryan Danielson. He is heel aligned. He comes out of the heel tunnel. He behaves like a heel. He works like a heel sometimes, well, most of the time, but he'll work babyface when the moment calls for it, because he gets such a babyface reaction, and they'll book him in babyface positions even though he's still aligned heel.
With access to trained experts and 24/7 support. Call ClickRanger.
Swerve Strickland for a good few months. Athena as well. Both of them were coming out of the face tunnel still like posing as a babyface, despite having heelish antics before the trigger was finally pulled into the turn on Keith and the knocking out of Aubrey, respectively. He acts like a heel within the wrestlers, but acts like a babyface with the fans. He acts like a babyface, but in a way, in like a I'm still a heel way, you know? Like when he was pandering to the babyface, he was coming out and still insulting them. He'd still talk down to them. He would have this very superficial facade put on, like, haha, I'm doing the babyface things, but actually, fuck you all, kind of thing.
From the very first touch.
But even then, he's kind of like leaned away from that altogether because he'll actually come out before the show starts now and will just try and rip on the crowd to get some heat to try and avoid that babyface pop that was coming up around the time he returned.
Pizza night on its head. This is the new crispy parm pizza, and it puts toasted Parmesan where it's never been before, on the bottom. Introducing the crispy parm pizza only from Papa John's.
Thursdays. The Impractical Jokers are better than ever.
What's his having control of Mark for a better part of the break now, though?
With some help from their friends. Kesha, John Mayer, Brett Michaels, Anthony Davis, Post Malone, and many more. Here comes the car.
Thanks for letting me smoke that.
Really? This is news. I've never seen it.
Thursdays at 10 on the
I've only, but since that whole ad last week, I've seen a lot of people rag on it. So it's nice to see a change of tone.
Going to war here tonight on Dynamite, and there is the redneck kung fu technique of Mark Briscoe.
Oh, those are tremendous.
Those are. You're talking about some entertaining stuff, brother. Oh, man.
Oh, but Woods, the jawbreaker, was over the top with the exploder.
That jawbreaker was really good, too.
And Taz, as we saw throughout the break, Josh Woods was just going to work on Mark Briscoe.
He really was, and he kept pressure on Briscoe, beating a pillar post, and he's not done.
Wait, Mark Briscoe floats over the top, blocks the swing by Woods. And, oh!
Nice!
Give me more of that, guys.
We love that energy.
Shoulder the midsection on Woods. Mark Briscoe now regaining control, creates some distance, and the kick driving Woods the outside. And remember, we saw just before we went to break, the Lucha Brothers, Ray Phoenix and Penta El Cerro.
What are we doing with this chair, my guy? Calm down now.
Toni needs a very timely intervention. Mark Briscoe.
What the hell is he going to do?
My man went full Sabu right there.
How tough is this guy? His head just crashed into the mat. Briscoe's did as he drilled Woods.
That's gnarly.
22 years battling between the ropes and out of the ropes.
And Briscoe throwing his body over the top, crashing on Woods on the outside. Woods dazed. He's up in.
Honestly, not sure. I'm not sure, Ergenbergen.
And now Mark Briscoe.
It's
on the top rope. This could be the beginning of the end for Josh Woods.
Oh, I know they've had the hashtag up there for a long time now, but I didn't know about the trending worldwide thing right above it.
Woods able to kick out.
Give Woods credit to kick out of that.
Please do the Raven spot. Yes.
High and tight on that neck and upper spinal cord area there.
Mark Briscoe calling for the J Driller.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Woods just hurt you.
Briscoe used so effectively. Woods, though, able to counter, ducks underneath. Josh Woods with Briscoe into the ropes, rolls through.
Ooh-hoo-hoo. He won on Dark last night with that. Or was that Elevation? I think it was Elevation. First time I've noticed it. Yeah, no, I've noticed the hashtag AEW Dynamite there in recent time for sure, but I haven't noticed the trending worldwide little thing right above it. But it is also very small text.
To defeat Jay Briscoe, but not tonight against Mark with the power bomb. The knee strike by Woods. He may get it here.
Well, he had no knee pads on either with that knee strike.
The double underhook.
That's the exact same call he made on Elevation as well.
Loosen the grip of Josh Woods. Mark the boot to the midsection. And no.
The noises are fun.
German suplex countered by Mark.
Appreciate that.
Enziguri connects. Woods staggered.
They work so well.
I'll tell you, you can just put a lav mic on.
This is such an interesting clash of styles. But you can also tell they got some great chemistry. Oh.
Carries Mark through. What's Briscoe got in mind here?
Briscoe headed to the top.
Pointed to the sky, too.
And the froggy bow connects.
The froggy bow. So that move is so neat to me.
Very impressive right there by Mr. Briscoe. I love it.
A great win for Mark Briscoe here tonight against a longtime rival in Josh Woods.
Now, this has been a tremendous program, and we still have a lot more to go, guys.
Baddest tag team in the history. Jay, I love you, boy. And I'm going to carry on.
Nice message right there to his brother, Jay, up in the heavens.
Yeah, great.
Right. And they went, shit, let's do that. For real.
Our colleague, the remarkable Renee. Well, wait a second. We're going to look at some replays here. The froggy bow, that was the end of the night for Josh Woods. That scored the win for Mark Briscoe. And now, let's go to this compelling interview, this intriguing interview with the remarkable Renee Paquette and Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, so good to see you. We've been able to hear from you. We saw you in the ring recently when you returned back to AEW. How have you been?
Renee, I've been great. Seriously. Like I could not be happier to be able to be back on the road with AEW. There's a little part of me that's a little discouraged.
Okay.
Because obviously I'm so close to looking at that ring and imagining getting back in there. But I've learned through this entire process to celebrate mini victories, if you will. Like, for example, the fact that after a few months, my right eye is able to look in the right direction and it doesn't twitch up and down. Right? Like, that's a victory. The fact that I can go throughout the day and not feel like I need to pull over or throw up because I feel nauseous, that's a victory. And so is being back and this close to returning in the ring. So to answer your question, I am very, very happy.
Sounds like you have
We're
a
so
bit of
white
a
meat
new
baby
lease
face.
on life, so to speak. So when you are able to finally get back in that ring, what does this next chapter look like for Adam Cole?
Well, it's interesting you bring up chapter because I feel like there are so many chapters to my story that I haven't had the chance to really explore yet. And I think here very, very soon I'm going to get the chance to do that. But in regards to what Adam Cole is going to do here in AEW, I look at our roster right now, and I think it has never been better. Seriously, top to bottom, this roster is absolutely stacked. So I know when I do come back, I need to be as prepared as humanly possible. And looking at this roster, I have a couple ideas of who I'd love to step into the ring with.
Ooh, you want to give it a little bit?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that just to me and leave that for the AEW roster to think about. But all I'll say is it's going to be good for All Elite Wrestling and it's going to be good for Adam Cole.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you back here to see you healthy. Hopefully we get to do a little bit more of this together finally,
hope so.
right? Well, for more Adam Cole, everybody.
Well, Adam Cole playing it close to the vest. Can't wait to see who he matches.
Yeah, we're doing something with that. Is he gonna?
Is
Is there? I feel like there's clues being hinted at along. Was that one right there? Just when things are starting to get good.
I feel a need to find a commode somewhere.
Gentlemen, the AEW World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
I feel like they redid the leather on the title. Just a bit more gaudy. Don't want to show us his 2023 record because they don't want to show us that it's just 1-0. Oh my God, was that fucking Caden? Holy shit! Oh.
Then the weekend reaches its peak with the All-Star Draft presented by Jordan
Oh my gosh.
NBA All-Star Game presented by Kia. It is going to be unbelievable. NBA All-Star 2023 begins Friday at 9 on TNT.
Weird. Come on.
That's fucking hilarious.
So maybe just a cable? We can help you.
Welcome to America's #1 battery destination, AutoZone, your battery solution.
Somebody I follow. They're a member of
I'll do a Dunkin' Run. Yeah.
wrestling community that I'm a part of. And I think that was him who just took that gum to the face.
Time for a Dunkin' Run. Add a $1 donut to any medium or larger coffee.
From the very first touch,
I think that was glorious.
Pampers, the #1
Hold up.
pediatrician recommended
Got it,
brand,
fine.
helps keep baby's skin drier and healthier, so every touch will protect like the first. Pampers.
Yep, confirms. That was it.
Shire Farm craftsmen start the day slow roasting turkey for incredible flavor. Then double seal every
You were
slice for
making
freshness.
MJF give that phone back. Oh wait, what?
They speak for themselves.
Oh wait,
Hillshire
I didn't see him take a phone, but yeah, I imagine he has to. You cannot just straight up steal. Texas hates MJF. Yeah, hey, there you go.
The Black History Month movie marathon, Saturday at 1:45.
Well, that 3-hour drive was worth it for
Does
Katie.
anybody actually sit down to 3 meals a day these days? Well, here's how I miss a meal but miss nothing. I just unwrapped one of my delicious Atkins.
Better sell that gum on eBay, right?
Boys really fill me up, and they're Atkins. So
I just can't believe that just happened.
and 16 grams of protein. Now I've also started trying some new ones, and they make them with great.
He did not give the phone back. He'll probably give it to a security guy off camera or something. Like I said, it's legally you can't get away with shit like
With Lemonade Health, I can order my erectile dysfunction medication from anywhere, right from my phone. It's discreet, fast, and affordable. Plus, it gets shipped right to my front door. Because after all, some things are just better at home.
I have not done so yet. So if you all could please, if you would be willing to drop a like if you haven't already, Mundo appreciated. Especially if you were here right at the beginning, because the stream, I closed the stream and reopened it because of an error. So if you dropped a like before then, that was technically on a separate video than this one. But yeah, we back.
Unfortunately, our world champion MJF standing by in the ring.
Now, if you still had the phone while during this promo, that'd be great.
Let him hear it, please.
Okay, well, he's not going to say anything this week, so let's go to the next match.
Hablo Espanol. My apologies.
I appreciate Shivani.
These people love you, man, and you have no idea how much that pisses me off, man. Because at one point in time, these people, they used to love me, man. At one point in time, not too long ago, these schmucks used to be devil worshippers. But I know these people, Brian. These people are disgusting, fickle little monsters. So I turned my back on them before they had the opportunity to turn their back on me, just like everybody else.
Fickle. You love to hear it. You love to hear it.
About who I am, Brian. I'm the devil, man.
Well, actually, never mind. I don't want to take that off.
But you're not so honest about yourself, Brian. See, these people, they don't love you. They love the man you portray when you walk through that curtain. Because in real life, you're just like all of them. A worthless sack of trash. In real life, you
Bitch,
have taken
please.
everything you have been given for granted. But I'm not here to talk about how much of a horrible human being you are. No, that's not the only reason why I hate you, Brian. I hate you because you have these people convinced that you're better than me? Me!
Just realized it's the top of the hour. Well placed.
And let me guess, you people think Brian Danielson's the best in the world, don't you? And why's that, huh? In your super professional opinion, why is it?
Say he ain't.
Because he entertains you the best? Yeah? Is it because he does the coolest maneuvers and holds? Is it because he puts on 5-star bangers? Little secret, guys, that's not why we get into this business. We get into this business for one reason only, and it is to become world champion. And last time I checked, the only way you know you're the best in the world is if you're the man that's holding the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
It's not a heavyweight title.
Realize it or not, that is something Bryan Danielson has never been able to accomplish.
Yep. I kind of wish he could have.
Now, Bryan, I'm not an idiot. On March 5th at Revolution for 1 hour, I know you're going to give me everything you got. You're going to put on the performance of a lifetime for these people. You are going to use every trick out of your sleeve that you picked up in Japan and Mexico and UK and Canada. And you are going to put me through the hardest match of my life. But know this, after those 60 minutes are up, after that clock strikes
Crow talking over these chants.
I will be victorious. Because you aren't the best wrestler in the world, Bryan. I am. And at Revolution, I'm going to prove it. Because you don't have the balls to do what it takes to win. And it's because my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. This ain't Sing Along with MJF. Shut your mouth. And I'm better than you and you know it. Now, if you don't want to take my word for it, maybe you'll listen to a man who has known Bryan Danielson his entire career. Maybe you'll listen to a man who Bryan Danielson
I appreciate it, right, Dara?
as a mentor. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
What? Daniels, why? Why are you even associating with this man in the segments?
Longest rivals throughout his career.
Yeah, Chris Daniels, one of the better tacticians you're ever going to find in any generation of professional.
I want to talk about TNA, right?
And as MJF said, knows the American Dragon.
MJF is the devil.
And Christopher Daniels, I mean, they really defined that early era of Ring of Honor wrestling with their highly intense, highly technical battles.
Okay. Chris, do me a favor and tell these people the truth about Bryan Danielson inside the squared circle.
Some tells me this is not going to go the way MJF wants it. He's going to shit stomp him for it.
The truth. Okay, the truth. Full disclosure, Laredo. MJF paid me an obscene amount of money tonight to
Yay!
Bryan Danielson on national television. And Max, there was a time in my life where I would happily take in this money and come out here and bury Bryan Danielson with you for hours. But that's not the man I am today, Max. And if you want the truth is,
Love
Bryan
this.
Danielson is set
Fallen
to knock
angel.
your dick in the dirt.
Alrighty then. Oh, that's pretty.
Fallen angel is risen once more.
You see, Max, I remember the first time I was in a ring with Bryan Danielson. 20-year-old Bryan Danielson hit me so hard, I thought I would die in the middle of that ring that night, and that's when I knew that Bryan Danielson was going to be great. I watched Bryan Danielson win the King of the Indies tournament in APW in 2001. And that tournament directly inspired the creation of Ring of Honor Wrestling as a promotion.
Wow.
And Ring of Honor Wrestling brought real professional wrestling to a fan base that was starved for it at the time.
Found the camera. It took him a second. He did.
Fans that were ecstatic when All Elite Wrestling opened 4 years ago. So you see, if there wasn't a Ring of Honor, there might not be an AEW, and there definitely wouldn't be an MJF.
Ooh,
That about sums it up, don't you think?
no, there's news about Ring of Honor.
I've
What?
shared locker rooms with Bryan Danielson all over this planet. And I watched him
Ryan,
wrestle
that's-
as many matches as he could handle, because everything he wanted to do, he was a sponge about professional wrestling. He wanted to learn everything he could about pro wrestling. He tried to learn one new thing every match he ever had. And I watched him do it over and over and over and over until I watched him become a world champion. Max, he knows what it takes to be a world champion. He's on the path to becoming world champion one more time. And that's why these people love him, and that's why you hate him, Max. And it's not just because he's about to take the one thing from you that you love more than anything else. It's because he is exactly what you wish you could be.
That's a great shot of Max right
The
there.
best wrestler in the world today. Not you. You're just a fraud. Woo. And he's going to out-wrestle you and expose you.
Oh, now, yeah. You see the true colors of
We're on
MJF.
Discord. Alrighty. I'll check it on the next break, which is going to be when I get up to go to the bathroom and stuff.
Let's hear it for CD for being a stand-up guy. You don't walk away from me.
Woohoo!
And now look at the salt of the earth, the arm bar. That's why MJF wanted Bryan Danielson's shoulder compromised. That's why he wanted him injured, headed into revolution.
To snap that off, but I think that's Danielson's out here.
And that's why MJF is burning.
Great camera work this whole segment.
Laredo as fast as he can, because American Dragon Bryan Danielson has hit the ring.
Can't pay off everybody. Buddy, Revolution is coming up Sunday, March 5th.
Well, Sunday, March 5th, the main event for the AEW World Championship, the 60-minute Iron Man match. But there is quite a complicated scene here in the women's division of All Elite Wrestling, and Ruby Soho finds herself at the center of it all. It's the rivalry between the homegrown stars of AEW, Tony, and these so-called outsiders, the freelancers.
And Ruby Soho's been around so long.
Is it on this part?
For many of us, seems like one of the homegrown stars. But she needs
Oh, is it in a spoilers tab?
All comes to a head tonight in our main event.
Yes, I see now.
Toni Storm, Ruby Soho, and
My bad.
Baker, DMD. And now, for the first time, let's hear from the newly crowned, as gross as it is to say, AEW World Tag
Ooh, lovely stuff. Ring of Honor in March, eh? Fuck yes.
The Guns are too green. The Guns are just ass boys. The Guns can't go toe-to-toe with your favorite wrestlers. The Guns can't take down the Acclaimed. The Guns will never win the AEW Tag Team Championships. Me and Austin have only been wrestling together for 1 year. We've had 10 televised matches. I am so sorry we didn't have to go to the Indies and work for $10 and a handshake. And if you didn't like the ending to last week, well, I have a little spoiler alert for you. This is real life. Not every story has a happy ending. This isn't your fairy tale.
What's this music?
Revolution. Welcome to the Gun Show.
Well, Taz, as we saw in our opening contest, the Acclaimed not done with the Guns just yet.
He wants some gold.
Motion to his waist, Jack Perry.
Right? Just realized that I was not talking over this song that could probably get me in some trouble. Yes. I want to see him go for that CNC title. I think he's going to end up in the face of the Revolution ladder match for sure.
That's right, this past December, Dynamite, winter is coming. Jungle Boy Jack Perry getting the win on the Machine Brian Cage, but just barely. And this past Friday night at Rampage, Cage made it clear he wanted another crack at Jack Perry as both men seek to climb the singles division here in AEW, Tony.
Yeah, this match definitely isn't like the most, doesn't have the most stakes.
Singles competition here because we know who the champions are right now, but you're looking at two men.
All right, just comes flying out the corner. I'm here for it.
Here in AEW, no doubt.
Jack coming out of the corner hot with the drop kick, but Brian Cage maybe luring him in and just driving Jack all the way to the corner.
Yeah, and you know, Britt's Nana on the outside has Brian Cage, the Machine, really fired up. And I know he spoke to Cage about being extra motivated to not let Jungle Boy Jack Perry defeat him again here.
A drop kick by Jack sends the Machine to the outside. And
Rough bump, but he landed on his feet. Appreciate the heat seeker style.
Driving Cage all the way to the barricade. Jack coming back once again. Cage driven.
Going for the trifecta. It's going to go over the top. Yeah, he is. Oh. Oh. How did I not see that coming? Oh. Although, if we get a picture-in-picture during this... Yeah, if we're getting a picture-in-picture, I'm going to take this opportunity. I do apologize, y'all. But yes, join the Discord if you need to watch along.
Professor Weasley, we don't know what magic caused this.
Your legacy begins now. Hogwarts Legacy.
Rated T for teen.
Numbers move you, but some can stop you in your tracks, like the tens of thousands of people who were diagnosed with certain HPV-related cancers. For most people, HPV clears on its own, but for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers. Gardasil 9 is a vaccine given to adults through age 45 that can help protect against certain diseases caused by HPV, including cervical, vaginal, vulvar, anal, and certain head and neck cancers, such as throat and back of mouth cancers and genital warts. Gardasil 9 doesn't protect everyone and does not treat cancer or HPV infection. Your doctor may recommend screening for certain HPV-related cancers. Women still need routine cervical cancer screenings. You shouldn't get Gardasil 9 if you've had an allergic reaction to the vaccine, its ingredients, or are allergic to yeast. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system, are pregnant, or plan to be. The most common side effects include injection site reactions, headache, fever, nausea, dizziness, tiredness, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and sore throat. Fainting can also happen. Help protect what counts. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about Gardasil 9.
Rated T for teen.
On a very special TV Dad.
I didn't make the dance team.
What do I always say?
Switch your car insurance to Progressive and you can save
I'm back.
Feel better now?
Not really.
Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds.
Ready?
Wow. Mia?
Immediately warmer as soon as I'm in his chair.
Sure.
Sheesh, up for that power bomb. Okay, he's turning in. He's flipping out. Into a pin.
Can you send me that?
Okay.
Hey, can you send me that?
Through his legs, and this wasn't even an overhead belly to belly suplex. It was like an overhead neck grip suplex.
What's up, you guys? I'm Megan Good from the new DC movie Shazam! Fury of the Gods. It's my honor to introduce to you the winners of the TBS HBCU Cash Out Contest presented by More. Take a look. You can do anything you put your mind to.
With less student loans, I'm about to start working on my music career. I'm excited to.
Nana's getting involved.
I have a chance to really pursue the American dream. More from us, more for you. Meet the winners at tbshbcucashout.com.
Can Jungle Boy Jack Perry withstand the assault by the machine, Brian Cage? Jack has been fighting valiantly, but Brian Cage has had the advantage all throughout picture. Cage looking for the powerbomb, but Jack...
Looked like he wanted to go for a Hurricane Rana and it was going to try and turn into a powerbomb. And Jack Perry fought out of it.
By Brian Cage.
Yeah, that definitely slowed down Jungle Boy Jack Perry right there. Look at that drop kick. Explosivity right there.
Almost like stepped into his face with that drop kick.
Rampage this Friday at a special start time. NBA All-Star 2023 kicks off on TNT with the Ruffles NBA All-Star Celebrity Game followed.
Yes, and because of that, this Friday's double feature stream, they're going to be swapped. We'll be starting off with Rampage of 7 to 8, and then probably 8:30, we'll do the WatchMania Invitational stream, assuming that it's going to be recorded and set on time. It's all a matter of scheduling and stuff. So we're playing that by ear. But check the Tournament Chatter tab, the Discord, for more info on that. It's a very interesting non-wrestling game this week. A Street Fighter game, I believe. Oh. That sit-out Alabama slam was gnarly.
That Jungle Boy Jack Perry is in right now.
Yeah, that powerbomb almost a throwback to the Thoracic Express. One of the moves that Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus...
Damn, you're right. The Thoracic Express. I love that they renamed it, but it was all too late. Oh, went for the... the jackknife. We call that the Jungle Boy jackknife. Whoa, scary. My guy was a little off course. Got that F5 in, though. Would I get heat if I said that's probably the best F5 we're going to see this week?
Yeah, he thought for sure, you're right, Taz, that this was over with that maneuver, but it wasn't. Now it's time to improvise. What's he going to do here?
The fans here in Laredo in support of Jungle Boy Jack Perry, but he's going to need more than that against an athlete like Brian Cage.
Whoa, we're going to try and take him to the outside? Why are we doing this?
Suplex him out of the ring.
I think that's what Cage had in mind, but Jack...
Okay, there we go.
The kick to the knee. Cage hung up over the top rope. What does Jack have in mind now?
Mushroom stomp? Yeah.
He sent Brian Cage into the ring.
Nice.
Diving splash. 2. No.
But he had him there.
Man, Jack covered a lot of distance with that splash.
Look at the power here by Jack Perry.
Okay.
Death Valley driver on Brian. Oh, but Cage kicking out barely at 1.
Oh, no. Face. Oh, his face just got kicked in, though.
And that one kick had no effect on Brian.
Really telegraph your move when you try to go for a discus. Oh. Cage can't handle a crucifix bomb. God damn. Another roll-up? Got him with another roll-up. Made it happen. Still escapes, though. Just like he did in their last match back in December.
Jack Perry now. He got another win on him.
Yeah, one step closer is Jack Perry. Remember, Brian Cage, one of the most impressive singles records this year. And Jungle Boy Jack Perry scoring the win here tonight.
I feel like it's not fair to say this year when we're barely 6-7 weeks into this year.
Put his hands towards his waist, saying what he wants.
Okay. He's back.
No way. He's back.
They feel like they hit the music the wrong way.
Christian Cage, we have not seen him in
Oh, he's effective the ring of it. Does he? All by himself?
injury he's sustained by Jungle Boy Jack Perry. And, oh, was that what just the hell is
I was gonna say.
Christian, he just
Is that mace or something?
I saw that we can I mean this
Smell it from here now.
it's making me tear up.
So Christian's still injured?
Directly in the eyes of Jack Perry.
Of course, he would stoop to
Yo, Izzy. Shout out to your friend Chris. Are they at the show, or are they just also really into this? Are they also into this? I had a feeling.
Look at this. Apparently,
I was gonna say, because there was no Luchasaurus or anything like that.
Healthy and ready for battle, and that's not good for Jack Perry. Oh no.
I was gonna say, it's been about 6 months now.
You understand me? I am not done. Wait, now, Christian. No. Don't do this, Christian. No, the
Kill switch it. Jack Perry completely defenseless.
Yeesh.
What an opportunist. Opportunist Christian Cage. This is. Oh.
He's back. They botched his music because they obviously hit the victory track instead of his actual entrance track because it didn't have the countdown noise.
First title defense at Revolution in a triple threat match. Now, to determine those two other teams, next week there will be a traditional Revolution Tag Team Battle Royal. Then in 2 weeks, there will be a Casino Tag Team Battle Royal. The victors of both of those matches moving.
Renee. As much as I love to hear you talk, the Acclaim have something they want to say.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, listen up, Renee. Big win tonight, but there's a bigger issue at play, and that is that the Acclaim were screwed out of the AEW Tag Team titles last week.
That's right.
The ass boys had to cheat to beat us.
That's right.
The Acclaimed 69.
We do not
Really?
back down from a fight, which is why we're here to announce that it's no longer a three-way. It's going to be a four-way, because we are invoking our rematch clause at Revolution.
That's a thing?
1 team, 2 team, 3 teams, fly them in from the Forbidden Door. It does not matter. You put them in front of the Acclaimed, and we will knock them right on their asses. And we're going to take home what is rightfully ours, because everyone loves the Acclaimed.
That's right. Uncrowned champs, soon to be 2-time champs, and that's a mic drop.
Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Well, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, very fired up, but this was the scene earlier tonight.
Have rematch clauses been a thing in AEW before? I feel like the answer is no. We've almost never seen immediate return matches in title situations.
I heard you were having a launch party?
Don't know if I like that, actually. I feel like they could have said nothing. They could have just said it's going to be Ass Boys and the Acclaimed, and then these two other teams are going to be determined in these battle royals.
I'd like this company to be different. He's the least cool guy I've ever met. Hello.
But I mean, hey, let's go. You know?
My bad. Silicon Valley. Watch it from the beginning.
I feel like
Sunday on TBS.
these two other teams are going to end up being
Time to pay rent.
What a perfect day.
someone and FTR. FTR is probably going to come out in that Casino Battle Royal 2 weeks from now, win that thing.
Hey, mister. Why so happy about rent?
Well, now for the first time ever, paying rent can raise your FICO score.
Really trying to think about it, you know? I'm trying to get...
Now, rent can boost
This commercial is just invading my soul. I hate this so much.
So I had to quit college to help my mom, but I never wanted
Oh yeah,
to quit
I literally
my
said I was
dream
going to be
of a
doing
career
the
in IT.
new gimmick. I'll just play the Dynamite song again. And of course, when he came out, nobody cared. Who? Just do that so that way. Christian. I honestly didn't really see the crowd's reaction, so I wouldn't know. I popped. Because I'm interested to see where we go with him. And Jungle, like, I want to see what they were gonna do with the story before he got injured and they had to kind of detour with all of the Luchasaurus stuff. I mean, the Luchasaurus stuff was gonna be there regardless, but they had to make that be the more main focus instead of a secondary element to the story. This is just for the commercial break. I'm gonna switch it back. I'm just getting tired of the commercials. I know I keep talking all that shit about getting VPN and getting AEW Plus and stuff.
You can palm them all. Are we live, Brandon? We're live, pal. Look at that. Hey, this weekend, it's NBA All-Star Weekend. It's huge.
And who are bigger All-Stars than the Elite?
Tell me. There's nobody. Hey, who do you guys got? Team Giannis or Team LeBron?
Oh, ain't no telling. That's going to be super close. You got to look at both sides.
Speaking of close, I almost pinned your ass last week on Dynamite.
Yeah, and we did pin you two. So, this Friday is Rampage Slam Dunk. How about we run it back?
You know, that actually kind of sounds...
Listen, guys. You guys lost. Everyone saw it. So sorry, back of the line. The boys got some stuff going on this weekend.
We want to watch the
business
game.
stuff. You guys don't know anything about that.
Let's watch the game.
Oh, yeah, I see how it is. So you guys just like to play with
Oh.
balls, but you don't actually have any of your own.
This guy's out here shooting. Shut up, Brandon.
Okay. Yeah. You guys want to slander our names? You want to disrespect us? Well, quite frankly, I'm kind of getting a little pissed off. No, I got this, Don. I got this. Oh, no. You guys want to have a little bit of fun this Friday on Rampage? You got it. Yeah, what do you think, Nick?
Let's do it.
Yeah, what do you think, Matt?
Sounds great. Hey, Brandon, heads up.
Yeah. Oh! Right in the nards.
Y'all saw the glitch, right? I thought, yep, the glitch. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. They're coming for him. Would not be surprised if it is early as this Friday after the match.
Kip Sabian, you see with the cowboy hat. Hangman Page, we haven't heard
I'm here for it.
from the back. What shape is he?
And his opponent, Clarence Creek, Virginia, weighing 229 pounds, Hangman Adam Page.
197 reign. I think they meant to say 197 day reign. Oh, so Devin, is that why your friend Chris was going crazy? Was for Christian returning? Yeah, the thing is, right, like Christian, he definitely is a topic, right? Some people love him, some people like him. I'm kind of like, hey, he's cool. I'm more so interested in him as a character perspective from where we were at when he got injured. But I know I love that. Kip Sabian, another one I've been a big fan of since the first AEW show. Kip Sabian actually is the winner of the first ever singles match in AEW history.
May 25th, 2019, Hangman Adam Page and Kip Sabian won the first two matches in AEW history at the Double or Nothing buy-in. Hangman winning the first ever Casino Battle Royale, which opened the event, and Kip Sabian defeating Sammy Guevara in the first ever singles match. And so, have to get back to that later. Yes, Hangman just tossing Kip over the top, Taz.
Good power for sure by Hangman Adam Page.
I think Kip Sabian has found out what we all know, that it takes a lot to keep Hangman Adam Page down, and it doesn't take much to tick him off.
Kip slides into the ring as Hangman was going over the top, and now Hangman back.
Oh, nice.
His agility there.
Yeah, listen, don't sleep on Kip Sabian.
Yeah, it was Fight for the Fall in 2019 in Jacksonville, our first ever event in Jacksonville. Hangman Page, Kip Sabian went one-on-one. Hangman picked up
Did
his
they?
there.
This is their second singles. Nice.
Going to the outside.
And that makes sense because they're the first two winners of the first two AEW matches in history. With Hangman winning the Casino Battle Royale that kicked off the buy-in. And then right after that, Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara. I remember because those two matches back to back really helps change my mind on AEW. And here's the thing. I'd never heard of either Kip or Sammy up until that point. And that's what I appreciated. I'm like, wow, they just put these two dudes out there. These two unknown guys because they're great. They just put them out there. Great in-ring talents, I should specify.
Your legacy begins now.
Rated T for teen.
Nice.
Is it a sliced ribeye, melty cheese sauce, and fluffy eggs in a warm tortilla kind of day? Or is it a ribeye, melty cheese sauce, and charbroiled Angus beef kind of day? You decide. Bite into the new Philly cheesesteak menu. Download the app and join My Rewards for exclusive offers.
The parts of your body that collagen supports. Skin, hair, nails, bones, joints, the left knee, the right knee too, every shoulder, the tendon in your elbow, the tendon in your vital proteins, for everybody with a body.
On the next Impractical Jokers.
Just come out of the car, be coughing a little
He
bit.
just got into the rope.
Thanks for letting me smoke that.
A little extra crank on him, though.
Post Malone guest stars on an all-new Impractical Jokers, Thursday at 10 on True TV and TBS.
At Boar's Head, we live for delicious, for quality that stands apart, for experiences worth sharing, and moments worth savoring. Welcome to the counterculture. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Hangman's starting to unload, but I think he's getting shut down.
You can easily get helpful
Yep.
customer service over the phone or on the Progressive app, pretty much anywhere. Like at the coffee shop, at the park, or on the moon. Just kidding. It's another coffee shop.
I heard you were having a launch party. Am I early? No?
Welcome to Silicon Valley.
Whoa. Am I a hologram over there too?
What? No, of course not.
I'd like this company to be different. He's the least cool guy I've ever met. Hello.
Cool costume. Where'd you get it?
My bed.
You fucking what?
From the beginning after All-Star coverage. Sunday on TBS.
Superplex time.
Hangman Page, Kip Sabian perched perilously on the second rope. The headbutt knocks Hangman Page back into the ring. And Kip, the diving stomp, nobody home. Uh-oh. And Hangman, just threw his body.
Okay, fucking light up, crowd. Like, y'all looking a little, y'all are sounding a little too dim.
Saw Butcher and the Blade. They launched that assault with Kip Sabian on Hangman Page earlier tonight. Could they be lurking somewhere? That's got to be in the back of Hangman's. Oh, wait. Nope.
Said, fine, run it back.
Instead, Hangman just sends Kip caroming into the barricade.
There's no wasted motion in Hangman. He's so Penelope and he just went the other way. But all right, I'll run your hubby into the other guardrail. Hubby.
Boy, Kip is trouble here now, guys. They can barely get up on his hands.
Magazine Jones over here as Hangman Page returning Kip to the ring. Kip very unsteady as he lurches towards the ropes. Hangman pops it.
Pop up powerbomb. Sit out. It would have been funny if he won right there, because then I would have looked super shocked with my hands on my head and shit.
The first time these men crossed paths all the way back in 2019, Tony Schiavone, both men's careers have gone in very different directions. Hangman Page, of course, a former AEW World Tag Team Champion, AEW World Champion, but Kip Sabian, a bit of a derailment by injuries, and that seemed to affect Kip mentally.
And Kip also was in the stands for many, many months with a freaking box on his head. And you could tell he was having some mental problems.
They don't mention the Miro stuff ever.
Kip's got Hangman up, but no, Hangman lands on his
It's like going for a KOD.
Kip went for the kick to the midsection.
Nice.
Might need another box on his head after that.
Dead eye.
And after this dead eye, another box.
Eye center of the ring. Hangman covers and gets the win.
Done here.
Guys, he powered through it. He powered through the attack earlier. And powered through what was a very physical match to get him.
I love it. Tonight, both Hangman and Mox overcame their matches despite the circumstances. They both got jumped before their matches in one way or another.
We don't know what's going on internally between this guy's ears. We don't know. But I know this much. Kip put up a hell of a fight, and Hangman got the duke.
Great win, man.
Hangman Adam. Whoa. Wait a second. John Moxley.
These boys are rolling.
Hangman's troubles apparently are just beginning, guys.
I love this whole squad. Save for Danielson. Why is Danielson not out here? There's no reason for him to not be here.
I think the message has been sent already.
Cowboy, I know you think we got unfinished business, but we don't. A couple of weeks ago, your ass got pinned. Now, after all our battles together, I have some respect for you, but I have zero fear for you. I know you inside and out. I know what you're gonna do before you know what you're gonna do. I got your number. And there is absolutely no chance in hell. I want you to believe me. There is no chance that you will ever beat me again. So let it go.
Getting a Moxley chant going.
Look, I'm not happy with our last match's result, and I don't think you are either, because after all this, the two who stood above the rest.
Stud.
It ends in the old ball and chain roll-up. That's it. That's how this ends. I don't think that's how this ends between you and I. I think it ends when two men go back in that cold, dark alley and only one gets to come out. I think this ends when there's only one of us left standing. I think this ends at Revolution.
You know, I was kind of hoping you would say that. I was kind of hoping you would want to go down this dark alley with me. And I kind of hope that you wouldn't have anybody who cared about you, any friends that would talk you out of it and talk you into making a smart decision. The emo cowboy, though, he ain't got no friends.
Join the Dark Order.
Hold on now, Mox.
Yeah, don't be so hasty, John Moxley. Evil Uno. Alex
Did I hear you correctly? John Moxley, maybe you've been at the top of the mountain for too long, but did you say that he has no friends? I don't know if you've been paid for the last 2 years, but we've had this man's back through and through. Hangman,
I told you to stay out of this. I told you to
get
stay
out of my face.
Oh,
The only reason
Uno.
we haven't done this is because he requested that we didn't. But I've heard you talk, and I've heard you talk, and I had to come here and say it to your face. Dark Order ain't afraid of you. Evil Uno is not afraid of John Moxley.
Fool, ooh, scary. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, Uno. Uno said, no. I'm ready to bleed.
I can't remember the last time I saw somebody do that to John Moxley.
Moxley's about to explode, and I don't blame him. But there's no back.
Claudio's smug face, like, I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it.
Cowboy. Revolution. Texas death.
That's the only way. That's the only way. For real, Cam. We're all on this. I feel because it made so much sense. Because first off, they don't do last man standing matches in AEW. They do Texas death matches. That's their last man standing match. Like, that's their version of it. So if they're going to do a last man standing, that's what they had to do. So if they just called it a last man standing, I would have been severely disappointed. Texas death match. Not to mention the fact that, like, Cam actually ran us through the whole thing. Hangman is undefeated in these things in AEW. Mox took his first singles loss in that very match.
Ricky Starks, you seem to have a problem with Chris Jericho. You keep demanding another match with the Ocho. Not gonna happen. Okay, you got lucky. I could beat you anytime, any place, anywhere. But you know what, Tony? I'm not gonna do it because you are not at my level. No more matches.
And Ricky, you're not gonna have a match with Chris, but this Friday on Rampage, you have a match with me. And Ricky, I'm just so sick of hearing you complain all the time, talking about how it's your time. It is not. It is the Jericho Appreciation Society's time. But you are right about one thing. Ricky, you are absolute.
Annoying? Absolutely delusional.
Absolutely, I like this hat.
Ricky, I need you to listen to me. Last Wednesday, I beat you. This Friday, I'm not just gonna beat you. I'm gonna expose to everybody that believes in you that you are nothing more than an absolute fraud.
Let's go back to you guys.
Tony's funny.
AEW Rampage at a special start time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, ahead of NBA All-Star 2023. And you heard it. Daniel Garcia goes one-on-one with Absolute
About it.
Starks, and it is official. The AEW World Trios Championship rematch. The Elite take on
Love this. The musclehead who loves his hat can never take that hat again. Okay, sure, Vert. I never get this. Vert Vixen loses matches and then gets title matches from losing matches. I'm about this Rampage, though. Ooh, it's such a good graphic. So oh, we got this again? Okay, dope.
We'll put the AEW World Tag Team Championship on the line in a four-way match. We know the Acclaimed will be one of their 3 teams. We will find out the identity of the other 2 teams over the next few weeks, and it has also been made
Texas Deathmatch.
Texas Deathmatch at Revolution. John Moxley, Hangman.
Finally, we're getting some matches stacked for this pay-per-view. We appreciate this.
Next Wednesday night on Dynamite, it will be
He's got to, right?
Uno squaring off one-on-one, and the traditional Revolution.
We're finally... Remember Danielson versus Hangman, that feud? When Danielson ran through all of the Dark Order? He did that in the place of John Moxley, because John Moxley was supposed to win that tournament instead of Danielson, by beating Danielson brutally in the final, mind you. And he was going to go on to challenge and lose to Hangman in his first feud after becoming AEW World Champion. He was going to run through all of Dark Order. I get a feeling that he's going to be running through the Dark Order en route to Revolution.
The stars are ready to shine for NBA All-Star 2020.
And at that point, it's just looking like a Blackpool Combat Club thing to do, you know? Also, Moxley's so badass, his corner man is a world champion. Like, let's think about that for a second, you know? Claudio is out here seconding him as a world champion. It's glorious. Blackpool Combat Club on top. That being said, I think Hangman should win that match. At the very least, I want to see him win the match. Can set him up for a program against MJF for Double or Nothing. Methinks.
Larry, check this out. With On Deck, we could get a small business loan fast and start hiring more help right away.
All right, I'm trying to remember what we got. What's the main event? I'm already slipping. What's the main event?
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
Ah, duh. Wow, I'm happy that's the main event. I knew it. I knew I was forgetting. I'm like, it's something I want to see. What is it? It's like, yes. Because this 3-way match was supposed to happen 3 or 4 weeks ago. Wasn't able to. And now it can. So there's clearly a plan for it. Especially now that it's the main event. I believe that to be the case even more. And you should just see the story beat here. And I hope it is worthwhile. Yes, that's precisely the case. Because now Ruby, I think this is the match that establishes Ruby isn't picking a side. Ruby's doing her own thing. Speaking of pizza records, shit's about to become 13-0 after this stream.
Meet Britt from apartment 2B. He's not letting an overdraft alert get him stressed. He knows he's covered with 0 overdraft fees when he overdraws his account.
I'm curious, because I'm not even trying to be cocky and saying that I see myself ending the year on a perfect record. But I'm curious to see if I don't, you know. I just say that because I know how I am with pizza.
Take a look. You can do anything you put your mind to.
With less student loans, I'm about to start working on my music career. I'm excited.
That being said, as much as I want to work on more wrestling-related stuff after this, I got some D&D shit to write after this stream. So, D&D and pizza for me.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite live on TBS. We are just moments away from our main event, but before we go there, let's take a look back at last week where the cold-hearted, handsome devil Hook, he had heard enough out of this man, Stokely Hathaway, who's just been running his mouth, and Stokely claims that he was injured by Hook. Let's go back to Tony Schiavone, who's standing by with an quote-unquote injured Stokely Hathaway.
Incorrect.
With Matt Hardy, Oligo Ethan Page, Isaiah Cassidy, and Stokely Hathaway, why are you dressed like this?
I'm dressed like this because I want justice. As we just saw last week, Hook broke my arm.
Look at those shirts.
Gets to walk around here and do whatever he wants.
Yo, that's the shirt he gave him on Elevation.
Actually, Hook should be fired. Do you know how I spent my precious weekend, Tony?
No.
It was on conference calls with Jesse Jackson, with Al Sharpton, with Angela Davis. So I hope that by the end of tonight, AEW management has good news for me. Look at me, Tony. I'm a freak of nature.
Stoke, listen, you deserve justice, and I'm waiting on the verdict with you. But, where were you last week?
Yeah, I threw a huge bash for the firm. It's huge. To boost morale, man. It was awesome. Yeah. What? Yeah. Were there ladies there? Yes. For Zay. Yeah.
What are ladies at?
Yo, what I tell you about that
Guys, hang on 1 second. Hang on. Okay, I've been told that Hook has been suspended pending investigation.
What?
Hey, show some concern. The man's injured, Tony.
Yeah, you idiot.
Hook's got a paper big bag. Looking like it.
In an investigation. Kidding me?
So Hook's suspended, huh? Oh man. You know what I want to see? Now I want to see Hook jump in the barricade to beat their ass in the beat Stokes' ass in the middle of Big Bill's match or something like that, you know? Just hoodlum Hook? Fucking let's go, right? Bruh! Beat Toni Storm 3 weeks ago.
Happier to hear Ruby Soho's music. Ruby, a woman who's just been stuck in the middle of this very complex situation.
Well, I said it
in the women's division.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Excalibur. I said it before. She has been around in AEW for so long. We're almost to the point to where we take her for granted as being one of the originals. But she's got to make a decision on who.
That was an interesting angle.
This is homegrown, and this is an original right here.
I love that logo. So good. She's awesome. And you know, like I said, something I called months ago on these Dynamite Watchalongs was if you aren't going to break up Britt and Jamie, and you're gonna put the title on Hayter, then Britt has to play second to Jamie the same way that Jamie played second to her. And that's exactly what's happened in the process of them becoming a babyface team, where they've just been running roughshod. And it's been best. The breakup can still happen somewhere down the line, and you can still look at all the things that have been planted beforehand. That doesn't get undone. But they're a hot babyface act now. Let's let it be.
We've seen a completely different side of Toni Storm, maybe even the real side, the true colors of Toni.
Now look what's going on here. Well, Ruby, whoa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now Toni Storm holding Britt Baker open, but
this is every lady for themselves here.
Yep. Ruby's trying to make it clear. She's not in this to pick a side.
Levels Toni Storm, and now Ruby. Oh, wait, Ruby. She's trying to roll up Britt Baker.
Britt was trying to direct traffic here, and Ruby would have no part of it. And Ruby's right.
And, you know, I think the thing about Ruby Soho is that questioning where her allegiances lie only lies with herself, neither woman.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Nice, caught her with the neck breaker.
Britt looking for the cover here. Ruby, though.
Not many make that running neck breaker look smooth. She's going to face Hater at Revolution.
Type A personality. She's going to take control of the situation, and she doesn't like it. She can't have control, but Storm just right there.
Soraya's a guess.
Britt Baker, that was great.
But she doesn't feel hot enough to be challenging for the title right now. She definitely hasn't been in enough competition.
The face of Ruby Soho. Ruby grabs a side headlock, sent into the rope, shoulder tackle. Takes Toni Storm off of her feet. Ruby avoids the trip attempt. The bypass sends Toni Storm into the ropes. No, reversal there by Toni Storm. And the boot to the midsection.
Yeah, Ruby caught her. Caught.
Could just end up being Toni again.
Toni Storm knew it was coming. Oh, the hip attack on Britt Baker as she was climbing into the ring.
Oh, Baker ate that.
Yeah, I think that was inadvertent too, but it worked.
Oh no, is she okay?
Toni Storm on the outside. Soraya.
She went for the back of her head right away.
And Ruby Soho.
What's she doing?
Which way is she gonna go? Which one are you gonna take out?
Ruby Soho.
She's like, somebody fight me.
In our main event, this three-way match continues in picture-in-picture.
We're getting a picture-in-picture within 10 minutes of the show ending. Damn, y'all. Time these things better.
You are very menacing. I just want you to know that. Go fight for your family.
That looks cool.
Fight for the world.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Rated PG-13. March 17th.
Yeah, we got everything. Yeah, we got everything. We got everything. We got everything.
On the next episode of TV Dad.
Kids are so expensive, Dad.
Maybe try switching your car insurance to Progressive. You could save hundreds.
It's a great idea, TV Dad.
Listen to your TV Dad. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $700 on average.
If you want blood, you got it. Oh boy! My time is right now.
No. I get that, Devin. But on the same. On the other hand, rather, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's interesting that she doesn't pick a side yet. There's nothing prompting her to pick a side. As it stands right now, it seems like both sides just want to be like, hey, join our cause, stand behind us. And Ruby doesn't feel like the type to do that.
Experts are linking all of these events to an increase in activity on PS5.
This was live from PS5, bringing you the extraordinary.
Rated RP2M.
TBS celebrates Black History Month with pride.
This is our house, and it's built on pride.
In Creed and Creed 2.
Ready? Come on, step into my office. This is our chance to rewrite history.
The Black History Month movie marathon, Saturday at 1:45 on TBS.
That's how you got, baby? I ate that! I ate that!
Welcome to
Nice
Power
headbutt.
Slap. Next on TBS.
At least from this
we're
angle.
looking for the next superstars of Power Slap. 16 hopefuls will live together, train together, and compete for the chance to be the next Power Slap champion. The search starts right now. Power Slap, Road to the Title, all new, next on TBS.
Our main event continues live from Laredo, Texas, here on Dynamite. Toni Storm, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Ruby Soho
Blood did it.
squaring off in a three-way match, and Britt Baker trying to gain the advantage. But these three-way situations so dangerous, Taz.
Yeah, no, they are. You got to have
Nice.
behind your head. You got to pick your spots. You got to be careful.
Good sling blade is always fun.
Two opponents at the same time in three-way matches, they're dangerous.
A stomp to the foot by Toni Storm. Escape, but Britt Baker, the neckbreaker DDT combo. Britt looking to end it here. Cover, and no, Toni Storm able to kick out.
That's closest near fall yet.
Yeah, that was smart by the doctor right there to try and capture that victory, utilizing one of her opponents as a teammate inadvertently.
And Taz, you know, we talked about the change in, oh wait, look at Saraya grabbing the boot. And Toni Storm, the German suplex.
Oh, she hit hard, back of her head.
The knee lift, though, the rising knee by Ruby Soho. The thrust kick by Britt Baker. Toni Storm, the drop kick.
There we go, all three going at it now the way it should be.
And,
Oh, it's time for that Sweet Cheeks music. Interception.
catches her back heel trip. Britt Baker coming out of the corner. Double under hook. Lays
Okay.
out Ruby Soho, the cover. Toni Storm brings it
Yeesh.
up.
Shot to the back of the head.
That rocked her head.
And remember, coming up this Friday, Rampage Slam Dunk at a special start time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4
Yep.
p.m. Pacific on TV.
3 hours earlier than normal. Make sure to plan accordingly, y'all.
Salt Lake City.
So you already know I'm going to be going live, and I'll be going live on the proper stream this time.
Running it back against Top Flight and AR Fox this Friday night on Rampage Slam Dunk. And you know, Taz, I was going to mention Toni Storm. We talked so much about her alignment with Saraya, and that may have been the change in her personality. But I think when Toni Storm lost the AEW Women's World Championship to Jamie Hayter, that may have been the beginning of all this.
I definitely think you're right. That was the catalyst for sure. Hold on, look at this. Oh!
The roll
That feels like the seeds for a rematch with Toni,
very nearly got it right there.
which I don't fault them for, but meh.
Great maneuver, a great attempt by Britt Baker. Great job, Britt.
With Ruby Soho out of the picture.
She laid that in.
Britt Baker and Toni Storm teeing off on one another, center of the ring.
Those elbow shots are lethal. And Britt loves to get hit, apparently, because she had a big smile on her face that time.
But so does Toni Storm. Big battle
Kick.
back and forth between both women.
It was key.
Strike on target.
That was a haymaker. Look at that.
The neck breaker. The
got it.
cover. 2 and
Oh!
very close.
And I thought Britt had it right there. Great kick out right there by Toni Storm. Man, give it up for her. That was, if you like Toni or not, tough to kick out of that. Very impressive.
I understand we're going to stay with us as long as it takes, so stay with us here on TBS. We're going to stay with the action as long as it takes.
Oh?
Back heel trip by
At
Ruby
least
Soho.
kayfabe-wise, they're painting the image that this can go beyond the hour.
Landed, and Toni Storm starched her with a big shot.
Talk about jacking someone's jaw.
Oh, she's going for the cloverleaf
Cloverleaf right here.
in Texas.
Storm, she sits back. Ruby Soho is trapped.
Get her.
Britt better take her.
Oh, wait, Britt.
What are you doing?
Lockjaw.
Gotta get that overhook.
Britt's looking for the lockjaw while Ruby's trapped in the Texas Cloverleaf. And now
Saraya.
Saraya.
Yeah, but that was kind of confusing. Who in the hell had the submission there?
Wait, oh, now a swinging DDT on Jamie Hayter.
Remember, anything goes in a three-way.
Oh.
He's kind of handcuffed here. What Saraya's doing.
And now
Saraya said, nah, I'm done with this shit. I'm going to get involved now.
You want to see this?
What does Saraya and Toni
Oh my god!
They do the L thing for the loser.
Okay.
The hip attack in the corner. And Toni Storm, she has a chance to end it here, but Ruby. No, Ruby.
Oh.
Right onto Saraya.
Into her homie.
She rolls up Britt.
Did she get her?
Stolen.
That's some quick thinking on your feet right there by Soho.
It was every competitor.
Saraya got up in her shit. That.
Giving Ruby Soho an earful.
Saying you're with us.
And Ruby screaming enough.
What if it's Ruby who challenges next for the title?
of being pulled in all these different directions. Wow. A very complicated situation. Grows more complex, you think? But nonetheless, Ruby Soho scored the
Everybody demanding Soho's. Everyone's demanding Ruby's allegiance.
AEW World Trios Championship on the line. The Elite versus Top Flight and AR Fox. They're going to run it back. We'll see you Friday.
Nice. So yes, y'all, that was Dynamite. It was a good one, I'd say. I feel like the card was a little underwhelming on paper to some, considering what it was in recent weeks. Ruby in the bank for Revolution. I'd love that. That's a great one. Yeah, I can see Ruby getting involved. I can also see it being a multi-woman match for the title. I can see it being like Soraya, Soho, and Hayter, you know? But it's interesting to see where it goes from here. But yeah. Do swing by for Rampage. Special start time this Friday is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. GMT. Do swing by to watch along. You can watch along in Discord's Gorilla Position if you don't have the show live on your own. You are very welcome, Mr. Dara. And also Friday afterwards, roughly around 8:30, about a half hour after Rampage ends or so, is when we will try to do the next installment of the WatchMania Gaming Invitational. I believe it is going to be a Street Fighter game. I forgot the name already. Check the tournament chatter tab in the Discord for more about that. Saturday, we're going to be doing a Discord exclusive watch party for WWE Elimination Chamber. Do swing by. I'll be hosting that. And of course, Sunday over at twitch.tv/advdevid is going to be Retro WatchMania. We're going to be going over Raw, ECW, and WCW. I don't remember the dates, but do check the Discord. Till next time, y'all. Peace.